personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet. Before reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narnarayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. By regular attendance in the classes on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo 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 Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamalini Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas, for joining. We are reading Granth-raj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 9, text number 14 onwards. So in the last few verses, we were discussing how Sri Mohinī-Mūrti, the transcendental avatar in the form of a woman, she enamored everyone. And I was just thinking about this statement that when the demons, she said an interesting condition that when I'm okay, you want me to distribute nectar? You want me to be your mediator? Okay, I will do that. But when I distribute, then you can't say, why are you being honest or dishonest, etc. Then you cannot question me. And they all said yes. It's interesting, but when the Lord as Ajita gave them the pucha or the tail of Vasuki, then they did not accept it. Then they said, no, why should we accept you? But now they are totally overpowered with lusty desires to get this beautiful girl as their own wife. They have more faith in her than their own brothers, in a stranger practically. Why? Because of lusty desire. So at that point, they did not obey the Lord's desire. When the Lord came as the Dhanvantri, then they didn't obey the Lord's desire. They practically snatched the pot. And then the Lord has come now. So in this incarnation, in this whole episode, the Lord has come as multiple, forms. His incarnation, multiple forms. First as it starts with the Lord, first they go, and then the Lord tells to do the Samudra Manthan, then the Lord personally is doing the Manthan, and then that goes in, the Mandara mountain is going inside, and then the Lord comes as Kurmadev, and then comes as the Sahasrabahu on the top of the mountain, and then the Lord comes as then Rama Devi appears, who is also the Supreme Lord. Then the Lord comes as the next part was, yes, Dhanvantri, and then finally as this form as Mohinī-Mūrti. So many incarnations of the Lord are shown in this wonderful pastime. So in short, we should obey the orders of the Lord, not for our own selfish agendas, but for our purification. So with that, let's keep moving to the next verse to our reading for today. And Let's see, we are reading Canto 8, Chapter 9, text number 14 onwards. So 14 and 15 are together. So let's read those. Athopshaya krita snana hutva cha havishan nalam Datva go vipra bhutebhyah krita swastyayana dvijaha yathopajosham vasamsi paridhaya paridhaya tat atatani te kusheshu pravishan sarve prag agrishva abhibhushitaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The demigods and the demons observed a fast. After bathing, they offered clarified butter and oblations to the fire and gave charity to the cows and to the brahmanas and members of the other orders of the society, namely the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, and the Shudras, who were rewarded as they deserved. Thereafter, the demigods and demons performed ritualistic ceremonies under the directions of the Brahmanas. Then they dressed themselves with new garments according to their own choice, decorated their bodies with ornaments, and sat facing east on seats made of kusha grass. Purport: the Vedas enjoin that for every ritualistic ceremony, one must first become clean by bathing either in water of the Ganges or Yamuna or in the sea. Then one may perform the ritualistic ceremony and offer clarified butter into the fire, basically the fire sacrifice. In this word, in this verse, the words paridhaya ahat, ahatani are especially significant. A sannyasi or a person about to perform a ritualistic ceremony should not dress himself in the clothing sewn with a needle. So, now a big sacrifice is happening as before they even could start receiving the nectar, first they are getting ready to receive the nectar. This is an important point. All the demigods and demons, they observed fast, they bathed in the sacred water, and they performed yajna under the guidance of brahmanas, and they gave in charity because they satisfied the different members of the society based on the different as they deserved. So, and then comes um, the food. Even in Bhagavad Gita, also Krishna mentioned that no yajna is complete without charity and without the prasadam. Therefore, in ISKCON also you will see, like recently we had the Bhagavad Gita yajna. So after doing all those, it's followed by prasadam. And in any ceremony, whether it is any festival, etc., there is a prasadam for everyone. So they all sat down, face made um, on the seats made up of kusha grass. So Prabhupada is emphasizing on this word um, that the Brahmana performing the yajna should not wear a clothing sewn with a needle. So you may have seen this also in our ISKCON temples also. the pujari worshipping the deity, or the person doing the yajna, the pujari, they don't wear kurta at that time. They wear dhoti, which does not have a stitching, and they wear uttari, which also does not have a stitching. So basically, they don't wear clothes which are sewn with a needle. There is no stitching. They're this flat piece of cloth. And cleanliness. Prabhupada is mentioning about cleanliness as well, that one must bathe in waters of Ganga or Yamuna or in the sea. So we may not be able to do that because now we can't go to Ganga. But what we can do, we can invoke the holy water. And we have all learned this mantra. How many of you know that mantra to invoke the holy waters? Raise your hand. Vipul Prabhu knows. Moksha Mataji knows. Kirti Mataji also knows, I guess. Sudhir Prabhu also knows. So let's chant it. Gange cha yamune chaiva godavari sarasvati narmada sindhu kaveri jalesmin sannidhim kuru. Basically praying, O Mother Ganga, Gange cha yamune chaiva, O Mother Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Jalesmin, Sindhu. You may all reside in this holy water. That's my request. That's my prayers. So even while bathing, we can chant this mantra. While offering doing the Achman also, we invoke this mantra. So we can chant that at the bathing also. In that, it will give us the benefit of bathing in the holy waters of Ganga and Yamuna. And we can also chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra while bathing. And we can say Ganga Mata Ki Jai, Yamuna Mata Ki Jai. That's very, very nice. Any other comments or questions anyone has in this particular verse, or any additions? Okay, Babu Kanayan Prabhu, your hand raised up. You want to read?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Pranamukeshu pavisteshu sureshu dideshu cha dhupamo dita salayam jastayam malya dipakai tasyam narendra karobo ru ushad dukula sroni tatalasa gatir madavihya vihvala shi Sakujati Kanaganupura Sinjitena Kumbastani Kalashapanir Atavivesa. Translation: O King, as the demigod and demons sat facing east in arena fully decorated with flower garland, the lamps and fragrant with the smoke of incense, that woman dressed in a most beautiful sari, her ankle bells tinkling, entering the arena, walking very slowly because of her big, low hips. Her eyes were restless due to youthful pride. Her breasts were like water jet. Her thighs resembles the trunks of elephant, and she carries the water pond in her hand. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, a big dining hall has been arranged. As we see, first everyone took bath and they dressed in proper clothes. They did fasting. They did yajna under the proper guidance, and they gave charity to the cows, brahmanas, etc. They offer oblations, and now they are eager for the nectar. Everyone is eager for the nectar, and everyone is facing on the east side, basically. Um, it's all the auspicious things, like when the initiation is also given. Oh, I remember. the Guru Maharaj said, we both sat in the east side. So even the Gayatri Mantra, because the sun rises from the east side. That's the idea. We should face the direction of the sun. So all auspicious. Even the yajna, you have noticed or not, but the pujari is facing the east side. That's the idea. So we're all facing the east side. And then here comes Mohinī-Mūrti, carrying the big pot of nectar. And also her sari, her ankle belts, and all those things are described. The whole arena was full of flowers. It's a very big occasion because that's what they had been like wanting now. It's like the climax of the movie, because that's what they had done all the hard work to get this. And so she came in her beautiful form, and already she has kind of made the demons take a vow that you can't question who I give and who I don't give. So now let's see what happens. Does she give to demigods? Does she give nectar to demons, or she drinks herself, or she, because no one can practically question. So let's see what happens. Any other comments or additions, anyone? Okay, let's read text number 18. Would someone like to read?
Yeah, I can read.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Hare Krishna devotees. Text 18. Tam Shri Sakyam Kanaka Kundala Charu Kanna Nasa Kapola Vadanam Parad Devata Kayam Samvikshya Samu Mur Utsmita Vikshadnena Deva Shura Viganita Astana Pati Kantam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Her attractive nose and cheeks and her ears adorned with golden earrings made her face very beautiful. As she moved, her sari's border on her breasts moved slightly aside. When the demigods and demons saw these beautiful features of Mohinī-Mūrti, who was glancing at them and slightly smiling, they were all completely enchanted. Purport. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura remarks here that Mohinī-Mūrti, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in a feminine form, and that the goddess of fortune is her associate. This form, assumed by the personality of Godhead, challenged the goddess of fortune. The goddess of fortune is beautiful, but if the Lord accepts the form of a woman, he surpasses the goddess of fortune in beauty. It is not the goddess of fortune, being female, is the most beautiful. The Lord is so beautiful that he can accept any beautiful goddess of fortune by assuming a female form. So in this text and purport, the Lord Mohinī-Mūrti, the female form, all her endowments are described very vividly, and both the demigods and the demons are totally enchanted. And then also it's mentioned that when the Lord assumes the form of a woman, he becomes the most beautiful woman, even surpassing the goddess of fortune. So, yeah. So basically that's it. Thank you, Prabhu. Back to you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So there's one comment that Lakshmiji should not think that she is the most beautiful. So Mohinī-Mūrti is giving her a challenge. So it's a transcendental competition. The Lord is also the most beautiful among the women, surpassing the beauty of even Lakshmi Devi or Rama Devi. We discussed just in the last chapter about Rama Devi or Lakshmi Devi and her beauty. So now we see the beauty of the Lord, who I mean, there is no difference actually in one way, but it is a transcendental competition. So, in short, this whole verse, her attractive features and smile, and all the while she's smiling, and her sari, and everyone is seeing her beautiful features, and they're all thinking that, oh, she will marry me, oh, she will give the nectar to me, oh, look at her, she's watching me, oh, she's smiling at me, and then everyone is enamored, thinking, and they're all enchanted, that thinking that yes, she will be mine. So let's see what happens next. Any other comments? Anyone has any questions, additions? Okay, let's read text 19. Would someone like to read this one? Want to read? Read.
Text 19. Asuranam sudhadanam sarpanami vadunayam matvajati nisham snanam natanga bhajat achyuta. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Demons are by nature crooked like snakes. Therefore, to distribute a share of the nectar to them was not at all feasible, since this would be as dangerous as supplying milk to a snake. Considering this, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who never falls down, did not deliver a share of nectar to the demons. Purport. It is said, Sarpa Krura Kala Krura, Sarpa Krura Tara Kala. The snake is very crooked and envious, and so also is a person like a demon. Mantra Aushadhi Vasha Sarpa Kala Kena Nivayate. One can bring a snake under control with mantras, herbs, and drugs. But an envious and crooked person cannot be brought under control by any means. Considering this logic, the Supreme Personality of God thought it unwise to distribute nectar to the demons.
Thank you. Very straightforward, and in short, if nectar is given to the demons, what will they do? They will propagate their demoniac ideas. They will propagate their crooked and envious nature, and they will spread the demoniac philosophy. So Lord is Achyuta, he never falls down. So intentionally, now the Lord is kind of making a plan, and Shukdev Goswami is telling that kind of what's going to happen in future, that considering this whole thing, that why should a milk be supplied to snake? Because when milk is supplied to snake, see, nectar is very good, but when the same nectar is given to the snake, that becomes poison. The milk is very healthy, but when the same milk is given to snake, it's like poison. Prabhupada, gives this example in chanting of the holy name. That holy name is very nice and pure, but when it is chanted with material motivations or chanted, with evil ideas, although it is all purifying, but we should not hear the holy name from such people who have like snake-like mentality. So the Lord does not want to increase demons or protect demons. The Lord is protector of dharma. Indra adi vyakulam loke mridayanti loke. The Lord protects the devotees because devotees are non-crooked and non-envious. So, in short, that we should not be crooked. What does crooked mean? Let's discuss this one. Who knows the meaning of crooked? Anyone? Who knows the meaning of crooked?
Saying one thing and doing something, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Anyone else?
They are devious. They are not straightforward. dealings.
Not straightforward. Teda. Krishna is Teda. But Krishna is Teda in the other way.
Dishonest.
Dishonest, crooked, or saying something and meaning something, duplicitous. So all these are demoniac traits. Demon doesn't mean that to have two horns on the head, or demon is not by the color of the skin, or demon is not by the externals. Demons also look very beautiful from outside, but demon is by heart or by character or by qualities, and the topmost amongst them is being crooked and envious. Kapat. Kapat means duplicitous or crooked again. Saying something but meaning something else. One devotee said, Lord Chaitanya is Patita Pavana. See, being fallen is one thing and being crooked is totally other thing. Being fallen means I am fallen, I have a lot of shortcomings and I accept I am fallen. But being crooked is to be fallen but to show I am great. That's being crooked. Or to pray in front of others very nicely, but at the back doing something else. That's being crooked. So that Krishna does not like. That has no mercy. Jakai and Vadai, Krishna showered his mercy upon them because they were non-crooked. They were demonians, but they were in and out the same. And then later they realized their mistake and were ready to do anything to repent for that. And then they served Vaishnavas. So the Lord will not give us the nectar of the holy name, the nectar of Krishna Prem, if we have this crookedness or envious mentality. He will not give us. Why will He give us if we are crooked and envious? He will give to those people who are simple and straightforward, humble and meek, not to demons like this. The demons who had instructed Mohini to divide the nectar justly, not giving the nectar to them was the best justice. So the demons told Mohinī-Mūrti, oh, we trust you that you will do justice, correct? That you are you are a great knowledgeable person, you will do justice. And what's the best justice? To not give nectar to those who don't deserve it, or those who will misutilize the nectar. Any other comments, any questions, additions in this text? Okay, let's continue to move on to text number 2. Sorry, 20. Would someone like to read? Was not read last 1 or 2 days. Anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Can I read?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandar Pranam, Krishna Srila. Kalpayitva prathapantir ubhayi jagat pita pati tam skope veshyamas asa sveshu cha panktisu. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has Mohinī-Mūrti, the Master of the Universe, arranged separate lines of sitting places and seated the demigods and demons according to their positions. Thank you, Prabhuji. Back to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sudhir Prabhu. Prithak Pankti. Pankti means row or a line. You know, in schools, we all used to stand in rows. I don't know if they do like here also and do prayer or something. Does it happen here in US? They stand in rows and do prayer. What do you know? They do it here?
They
Yes,
sit and
yes.
do
At school, they for
School?
the
Prayer?
national anthem. Yeah, not the prayers, but national anthem. They stand and
Secularism, no prayer. Okay. So that's basically Pankti. You know, in separate, like class one, they will all in one row, class two in other row, class three, third grade, fourth grade, etc. So which were the different seats, and everyone was given different seats in different Pankti in order. Okay, all the demons, you sit on one side of the dining. All the demigods, you sit on one side of the dining. So that Mohinī-Mūrti can easily, you know, or in ISKCON also we see we sit in different panktis, in different rows, in distributing prasadam. It's easy. So, you know, the servers are coming, someone is distributing dal, someone rice. So now Mohinī-Mūrti is the server and she has the nectar and she has asked everyone to sit in the in different panktis so that she can distribute the nectar according to their positions. Means demigods on one side and then separate lines of demigods, separate lines of demons. Because there were a lot in number. They had churned the mountain, churned the ocean of milk. So let's see. Now everyone is ready. They are all bathed and all ready, done all the charity and sacrifice and everything. Now its climax is coming. So let's see what happens in text 21. Would someone like to read this one?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes, please.
Text 21. Daityan grihita kalasho vanchayan upasancharaha durastan payayam asha jaram mrityu haram shudam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Taking the container of nectar in her hands, she first approached the demons, satisfied them with sweet words, and thus cheated them of their share of the nectar. Then she administered the nectar to the demigods, who were sitting at a distant place, to make them free from invalidity, old age, and death. Purport. Mohinī-Mūrti, the personality of Godhead, gave the demigods seat at a distance. Then she approached the demons and spoke with them very graciously, so that they thought themselves very fortunate to talk with her. Since Mohinī-Mūrti had seated the demigods at a distant place, the demons thought that the demigods would get only a little of the nectar, and that Mohinī-Mūrti was so pleased with the demons that she would give the demons all the nectar. The words Vanchayan Upasancharaha indicates that the Lord's whole policy was to cheat the demons simply by speaking sweet words. The Lord's intention was to distribute the nectar only to the demigods. Haribol. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Lakshmanaji. So now, first she went to the demons. But did she give the nectar? No, she just kind of gave a glimpse. You just see the nectar. And then she spoke very nicely, very sweet smile and stuff. And now they're all thinking that you will get the nectar. And she's assuring also with her words, with her sweet talk. And they're feeling, wow, look at her. She's on our side only because she's talking to us, she's smiling at us, she's so kind upon us. And what will she do? Well, then she goes on the other side. Durasthanam. Dura means little far. So it looks like there was it was not a congested place. And the demons and the demigods were socially distant, I guess. So So they were sitting a little further. Those were not just adjacent, so they could not see what's in their plate. So then they thought that, okay, this Mohinī-Mūrti is going, and then she will just give a little like nectar to them, and then come to us, because she is already talking to us so nicely. She's already smiling, with us and joking with us. That means she's on our side. She'll marry us. She'll give us the nectar. Maybe a little bit she wants to give so that they don't cry. After all, they have also helped in this whole mission of churning of the ocean. So that's how they were getting transcendentally tricked by the Lord. Those who try to trick the Lord is the best amongst the cheaters. The Lord's intention was to distribute the nectar only to the demigods, not to the demons. Because the demons think they are more intelligent than the Lord, and the Lord then transcendently tricks them. There's a very nice comment here. So they thought that we are now, the demons thought that we are now drinking the nectar with our ears, the sweet words of Mohinī-Mūrti. Eyes and mind, eyes the sweet, the bodily features, and the mind, because she was seeing, she was smiling at them. The nectar from the milk ocean cannot be more than this. What is the use of the other nectar? We simply desire to please her. So this is again very, very beautiful. That how their intelligence is completely ruined. Is when Sadhguru Maharaj was explaining that, well, what did Lord Vishnu get from the churning of ocean of milk? Two jewels, two monies. One was which one? The Padma, which was the Kaustubha money, and the Padmaraga money. But her 32 teeth are more greater than any money. Well, Indra got the elephant Airavat. Her beautiful walking is much more than the brother, I think you are not on mute. It's leading to echo. So her beautiful walk, her beautiful gait is more than the beauty of any elephant. What to speak of any other Uchishrava or any. So basically, they were so enamored just to see her, they forgot anything else. What could be better nectar than seeing her? Then that's the drinking her beauty through her eyes, through their eyes, ears, and then mind. Anyone else has any comments or additions, questions? Okay, I think Nandini Mataji want to read next verse.
Yes, Prabhupada Pranam. All rise to Srila Prabhupada. Text number 22. Te palayanta samayam sura swakrutam rupa trishnimasant kruta sneha sri vivada jugujpyasya. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O King, since the demons had promised to accept whatever the woman did, whether just or unjust, now to keep this promise, to show their equilibrium and to save themselves from fighting with the woman, they remained silent. So actually there's a very important thing is the promise, speaking truth. That's the fourth leg of dharma. And even in Kali Yuga, that one remains. So a person is quite often has to speak truth, even in Kali Yuga. That's like becomes a really important thing. It is given a lot of importance, and it is kind of judging the person. And here the demons have promised. So whether just or unjust, now they have to keep their promise and show equilibrium, it says. And hopefully they don't fight with the woman. So they remained silent. So we see how Mohinī-Mūrti has worked her charm, and we see what demon's first reaction is. Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So now just imagine that you are observing, you're all observing. So what's the scene going on? She is distributing the nectar to the demigods. And the demons are seeing it from a distance. And they're having a conversation. Are Baba, look at her. So some are talking amongst themselves, like this nectar will, get over soon. Let's do something. The other ones say, well, if we do something, what did we promise her? Then she will say, think that we are persons of no good character. Just now we promised her a couple of moments back, and now we're breaking our promise. Then how will she marry her? She marry us. So if we have to marry her, then we have to keep the promise. We have to be truthful. Then Nanagovind was explaining that where did the truth go? Where did all the principles of morality and dharma go when they stole the nectar pot from Dhanvantri? When they were trying to trick, when they were fighting against each other for the nectar? Where did the dharma go? But to get to marry this woman, this beautiful girl, Mohinī-Mūrti, they are ready to do even forsake the nectar. Some were opposing, but then others said, no, we have to be disciplined. After all, she will come to us. Okay, let her distribute maybe 5% of the nectar to the demigods, but who will get the most share? We'll get the 90%. We'll get the majority of the share. Don't worry. Relax. And so this is the situation going on. Very, very, it's such a beautiful drama and such beautiful lessons. It's so vivid. Shukdev Goswami is like basically kind of drawing this whole picture in front of all of the readers, so we can relish the Bhagavatam. Not just, so it's a beautiful story, and it's a beautiful, so many wonderful lessons along with it. Any other comments, additions anyone has in these few verses today? Any other comments, questions? So let's maybe read text 23 also, because the topic changes from 23. So I think Jyoti Mataji wanted to read.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandat pranams to all the devotees. Text 23. Tasyam kritati pranayaha pranayapayakataraha bahumanena chabaddha nochuhu kinchan vipriyam. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhayacharna Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The demons had developed affection for Mohinī-Mūrti and a kind of faith in her, and they were afraid of disturbing their relationship. Therefore, they showed respect and honor to her words and did not say anything that might disturb their friendship with her. Purport. The demons were so captivated by the tricks and friendly words of Mohinī-Mūrti that although the demigods were served first, the demons were pacified merely by sweet words. The Lord said to the demons, the demigods are very miserly and are excessively anxious to take the nectar first. So let them have it first. Since you are not like them, you can wait a little longer. You're all heroes and are so pleased with me. It is better for you to wait until the demigods drink. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. This is so beautiful again. You are all heroes and are so pleased with me. So Mohinī-Mūrti is saying this to the demons, that you are the real heroes. You did the most work. You are so patient. You are like, serve others first. You have all the good qualities. And these demigods, they are very miserly. They are very, very greedy for the nectar. They're very, very anxious for the nectar. So let me just, give them a little bit. Let them have it first. Then after all, I'll be with all of you. And then you can drink nectar peacefully. You are the ultimately real hero. So she was again transcendently triggering them, and they could not say anything. Number one, that they had taken the vow, right? That they will tolerate. Number two is basically if they do something, if they oppose, then they will disturb the relationship, right? So their chances of getting married to her are gone in the dumpster if they oppose. So basically they were showing respect and honoring their words. Okay, that we are good people, we are knower of dharma, we are tolerant, we are patient, we will wait. And then they were getting assurance also from the words of Mohinī-Mūrti. She was again like drinking. She was like feeding the nectar this side and looking at that side and smiling at them, so that they feel that, oh, although she is giving the nectar to them a little bit, but she is on our side. So such beautiful description of this transcendental pastimes of the Lord. In short, if we are honest and sincere, then we will get the real nectar, and that is Krishna Prema. If we are crooked and envious, then we will get pseudo nectar. What is the pseudo nectar here? The pseudo nectar is the nectar of by seeing. The Lord does not want to. The Lord will not give. They didn't get the nectar, but they're feeling, oh, I'm getting a lot of Lord's mercy. It could be accomplishments, it could be wealth, it could be position, name, fame, recognition. Is it the real nectar? No, that's pseudo nectar. One will feel, oh, see, I'm great. I have this, I have this position, this power, this money, this, whatever. But that's not real nectar. The real nectar is bhakti. That will be given to those who are humble and meek, simple and sincere, not to those who are crooked. The crooked people may sometimes get the pseudo nectar, the artificial nectar, by their trickery, by their being crooked, by being diplomatic, and this, they may achieve a lot materially, but that's not the real nectar. The Lord is tricking them through the illusory potency by binding them more into the cycle of birth and death. Any other comments before we stop for today? Okay, so we will see what happens if the demigods, continue to drink the nectar. Did the demons oppose? Did the nectar get over? We'll see that tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Purana, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Jai.
Nectar distribution ki jai.
Jai. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Dandavats. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.